Good, beautiful afternoon, everyone. Coming to you from just outside. I don't think I'm technically in Kerrville, Texas anymore. Just outside at Stonehenge II. I've been eyeing this up for a while, excited to finally bring this little awesome roadside attraction type thing slash art display to you. You guys know what to do. Grab yourselves a tasty treat and a beverage of your choice and keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside this vlog at all times. So Stonehenge II is located here in it's located at, I was going to say Kerr County. I think I must be in Kerr County. Yeah, you're in hill country of Texas. That is for certain. And Kerrville is not very far away. You're down here along the Guadalupe River. And you're at the Hill Country Arts Foundation. And this is talking about the history of Stonehenge II. So, in 1989, Kerr County native Doug Hill finished work on the back patio of his Hunt, Texas property and was left with one extra limestone slab. As a joke, he offered it to his good friend and neighbor, Al Shepard, who then accepted it and stood the slab upright in the middle of his pasture. Shepard and Hill liked the look of the monolith and built an arch around it. The 13-foot arch reminded them of Stonehenge in England. Soon a vision formed and Shepard contracted Hill to build their very own Stonehenge II. The original Stonehenge in Wiltshire, England was created around 2500 BC and is believed to have functional as well as important site for religious or astrological ceremonies. Shepard and Hill's project took about 9 months to complete. Hill fabricated the stones from steel, a metal lathe, and plaster and anchored each with cement. Stonehenge II is 90% as wide and 60% as tall as the original. Later, after visiting Easter Island off the coast of Chile, Shepard was inspired to add two 13-foot tall, I don't know how to pronounce this, forgive me for my mispronunciation, Moai head statues to the collection. So I have a friend that's been to Easter Island, so maybe she'll comment below and tell me if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Then it says, Al Shepard passed away in 1994 and his property stayed within the family. In 2010, the Shepard family donated Stonehenge II and the other figures to here in memory of Al. Oh, that's nice. So, comment below. Have you been to the original Stonehenge site? Have you been to Easter Island? Let me know. There's a good spot for donations, so I'll be getting some cash together to drop in that. That's usually something, too, I like to encourage Teddy to do. I do think we have a little bit of cash or coin on hand, and I do like to teach Teddy that when we can, it's a good idea to do that. And I encourage you to teach your little ones as well. All right, so here is one of the Easter Island statues. Super awesome. Mark is helping out with Lucy, because when we got here, it wasn't as cloud covered. It was bright sun, so Mark's like, oh, I'll go sit in the shade with Lucy. Of course, now he has some cloud cover. This is really cool. And the other one is over there. I might walk over there in a minute, but I really, really want to come walk around this to start with. Teddy, are you going to walk with me, honey? Oh, you're playing with Daddy? Okay, just don't kick over Lucy's water, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to go explore. Wow. I have to say the cloud cover we're having today really adds to this ambiance here. Of course, I'm just filming and photographing on an iPhone, but if you were a good photographer and knew what you were doing with different lenses, Right now with that cloud cover, that could make some cool shots. Trying to do better at pausing too, to get a few different captures for Instagram and Facebook Reels, and also to add to my Instagram and Facebook stories. Did you decide to join me, Teddy? Is this cool or what, honey? Of course, Teddy's a little young, so he probably doesn't know what like the real Stonehenge is in England or anything. We're just working on US geography in kindergarten, so we haven't really gotten to anything world history yet. Teddy, what do you think of these big rocks? So what this is a replica, Teddy, of the real one that you find in England. And he's just happy to get Wiggles out, which I'm happy that he's happy to get Wiggles out. Wow. Uh-oh, he's coming at me with sticks now. Really a blessing right now to have this all to myself too. The cicada sounds are lovely, really add to the ambiance. Gonna get hot fast, especially when those clouds dissipate, but this is just I'm not gonna lie, seeing the real Stonehenge has been on my wish list, bucket list, dream list of my life's adventures for 20 or so years, 20, 30 years. So I know this is not anywhere remotely like the real thing, but this is still pretty cool nonetheless. Or even just the roadside attraction nerd in me. This is giving me gigantic goosies. This is pretty cool, I won't lie. I guess I'd better wrap it up because we still have a long ride home today. If you're new here, could you please consider subscribing? We do a combination of anything from theme park to roadside attractions to national parks to hotel stays, hiking, camping, KOA cabins, you name it. A lot of things. They're family friendly. We travel all over. So if you're new here, consider subscribing, see what else we have to offer, look back at other playlists, see what you might have missed over the last couple years, and see what interests you. If you hit that little bell, you'll get notifications when we upload new videos. And please consider giving some support with a thumbs up. And if you consider commenting, I usually answer most comments, but I better go back and see how the boys are doing. Also, you can check out my Facebook page, Hammocks to Coasters. Find me on Instagram. And if you're into Facebook groups, I have a Facebook group that I share ownership with my son Teddy and his channel, which is Teddy's Treats and Tours. And that Facebook group is Teddy's Tribe, where we invite all of you to share your YouTube links, your adventures, and more, and ask questions. But I better go back and see how they're doing with Lucy. But this was worth the effort. Not far out of Kerrville, not far off I-10. If you're traveling I-10 through Texas and you want a cool spot to just kind of get out, stretch your legs, let your fur baby or your kid roam. Good spot. Yeah, this is a 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Before I leave here, I just want to walk around the backside here, get a few more views I didn't get for you yet. Oh, one other thing too. Let me check something else that I'm trying to get in a better habit of checking. Let me check. There is a geocache. There's a couple here. There's one that's a virtual little ghost that will appear on your app. And then there's one that's an actual cache. And Teddy was following me and he's like, oh, you're going caching. And I'm like, yep. So he decided to go back with Mark, but there is a cache in this area. All right, as I typically do, I'm not going to give it completely away to you, but Here's a hint of the general area it's in, and it was a find for me, although foolishly I thought I had a pen in my pocket, and I don't today, and I didn't want to walk way back to the car and then walk back just to sign a log. So I did enter it electronically. Happy for another grab here in Texas. That's fun. Really starting to get back into the swing of things. So yeah, this has been enjoyable. And with that, I am going to sign off. Peace and love, gang. Keep adventuring, and hey, what's next? You never know where you're going to find us next.